This is Steve Ridgel, and most of you know, if you watch this very often, that we have a small working ranch we live on outside of Abilene, Texas. It's not a big ranch, and we don't have a lot of cows, so I think one of the things I fall in the habit of doing is probably not something real ranchers and cowboys do. But I notice every time we're anywhere on our place and we go by our cows, I count cows. I count all of our cows. I look for the bull, the cows, the heifers, the calves. I count cows. Now I do that for a couple of reasons. One is be sure I'm not missing any, and I notice as I count, I look at all of them. Be sure there's nothing in their eye, no sores anywhere, no abscesses. We look for that kind of stuff. Be sure nobody's limping. We just check all of those kind of things kind of by habit. Just one of the things we do. Well, I noticed the other day, I do that at church too. Now you're going, you count cows at church? Well, not cows, and I don't even count, but I do look for people. I check for people. I look for our new Christians. I look for our visitors. I look for our people that are trying to make the decision. I look for our people that have just come back to the Lord. I look for our people that I know are in spiritual warfare. I look for the people who are in those kind of things. I look for them, and I check on them. I want to be sure they're okay. Counting cows and counting people really isn't the same. But I do. For instance, we have a lot of visitors. I look for them. I want to be sure they're greeted. I want to say, hey, can I help you with anything? I want to be sure they know where we do communion and what it is. And I want to see if they have any questions. I want to see if they want to talk more about Jesus. And for all the people that are struggling, I want to be sure and go by and pat them on the back and say, prayed for you. Hey, how's it going? Are you hanging in there? Heard on the court date yet? Hey, what about, did you make it through the weekend? Those kind of questions are important. The people that are brand new Christians to say, man, isn't it great to be here? People that just come back home, aren't you glad to be here? People that are trying to decide whether to follow Jesus. Hey, you want to talk more? I'm praying for your decision. Love you. You want to be baptized today? Somebody says, now you really can't do all of that. You can't possibly take care of all that. Well, let me tell you a couple of ways that you can. Actually, I do when I'm checking with people at church. Somebody says, you can't answer everybody's questions. No. If they say, yeah, hey, we're visiting today, I say, well, and I grab one of the members and I introduce them and I hand them off to one of our members. I do. All of our people buy in. They know if I'm looking around, I'm looking for somebody to greet a visitor, sit with a visitor, help a visitor. And you know what? Our people do that. Now, you've got to say, everybody doesn't buy into that. No, that's probably true. There are probably people when I start looking around that run or avoid eye contact, but not many. Our whole church buys in to the mission. And that's helping people come into the kingdom and stay faithful in the kingdom and bring others into the kingdom. That we are on task with that. And so, no, I don't do all of it. I hand off a lot of it. They say, yes, I would love to pray. Sometimes I just grab the closest elder and say, they need you to pray for, and off they go. And I don't have to do all of it because you can't keep up with all of it. And we make a lot of appointments. Hey, good, let's get together for coffee. How about Tuesday? Can you do supper Wednesday before church? Whatever it is, we look for those kind of things to set up opportunities. But no, I don't do it all because I don't have to. But I sure check on all of our people. And so counting cows, checking cows, counting people, checking people. I didn't realize how similar they are. But you know what? They're both important to your herd, flock, people. This is Steve Ridgel. Glad people check on me.